China has released its new 5-year plan recently, outlining its plans for economic and social development over the next 5 years. And in today's episode of Next China, we take you to look at the country's rural revitalization policies. CGTN's Tao Yuan brings you this report.
In the past several years, we've documented the changes that have taken place in these impoverished villages in China's southwestern mountains. As the country eliminates absolute poverty this year, much needs to be done to modernize these villages. Subsistence farming still dominates China's agricultural sector. The country wants these smallholders to go big and go modern. This pig farm represents a vision for China's rural future. Technology transforming the industry. Every shed here is under careful monitor. Information is gathered about the livestock's weight and epidemic control status. Chief of Office Zhuo Qin says that means now one keeper can easily manage thousands of pigs. But a huge talent shortage is hindering the development of smart agriculture.
Our industry is developing so fast and is becoming more tech-oriented, so it now requires more high-end talents. Traditional ways won't do it anymore. That's why there's a talent shortage.
Decades of two-speed growth have plucked young farmers from their homes in the rural hinterlands to wealthy cities for better job opportunities. But now we've seen the start of a reverse migration.
I worked elsewhere for 8 years, but in recent years, my mother has started to get old, and my children, I worried about them when I was away. So I came back, and I've brought what I've learned and what I've seen back to my village.
Once a week, Zhao Guobao live streams directly from his farm, tapping into a rural e-commerce market that's projected to reach $240 billion this year.
Now with the internet and logistical services and other infrastructure becoming more developed in the villages, the wall between the cities and the countryside is being shattered. E-commerce is fairly saturated in the cities, but there's huge room for growth in the countryside.
In its latest economic and social policy outline, China says it wants to become a moderately developed country by 2035. Although no specific targets have been announced yet, the country's leadership says per capita GDP is likely going to double from current levels.
Rural revitalization is going to increase domestic demand. If we continue to improve rural infrastructure such as water, electricity, roads, communications, and the internet, the rural market is going to expand, and the demand is going to increase.
Rapid urbanization has powered China's economic miracle. Now, as development slows in the cities, the country's vast, untapped countryside is becoming a new engine for growth. Revamping places like this won't be easy, the urban-rural wealth gap only widening, but the living standard of the country's 500 million rural population is counting on it.